Peace, a word that sounds simple yet feels elusive for so many of us. We chase it in new routines, self-help books, and meditation apps, yet something often feels unsettled. It's as if peace is always just out of reach, leaving an itch we can't quite scratch. The problem? We're looking for peace in the wrong places. Instead of trying to control life's unpredictability, the Stoic philosophers suggest that true peace lies in mastering our minds and responses to the world around us. Let's explore their principles and how they can guide us toward lasting inner calm. 1. The elusiveness of inner peace. The idea of inner peace is compelling. We often imagine it as a quiet, unshakable calm that lives inside us, offering a buffer against life's relentless waves. Yet for many, the sense of peace seems distant, fragile, or even unattainable. Despite attempts to find it through structured routines, meditation apps, or self-help books, true calm often slips through our fingers. It's as if peace is a delicate mirage on the horizon, beckoning but never reachable. We live in a world that celebrates achievement, productivity, and material success, qualities that frequently draw us away from a peaceful mindset. Daily life demands constant adjustment to career pressures, relationship challenges, financial burdens, and even the seemingly endless barrage of digital distractions that pull at our attention. The quest for tranquility, though desired, is thwarted by an unrelenting drive for more. More validation, more accomplishments, more reassurance. Many of us turn to external tools to feel settled, hoping that a new habit or productivity hack will calm the mind. But the mind is resiliently chaotic, finding new ways to stress and worry as quickly as we find ways to try and soothe it. This search for peace becomes more complex when we factor in the growing comparisons in our lives. In the age of social media, where we're constantly exposed to others' highlight reels, we can feel inadequate in our attempts to find fulfillment. It seems that everyone around us is excelling, whether it's in their career, family life, or personal well-being, and we can't help but wonder if we're missing something essential. The more we try to align ourselves with these ideals, the more distant peace seems to become. Distractions, pressures, and unexpected challenges amplify the feeling of inadequacy, driving us to question if peace is a goal meant only for a select few. It's here that the Stoic philosophers, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, offer a revolutionary perspective. Stoicism teaches that peace is not a product of external achievements, nor is it something to be pursued through the conquest of circumstances. Instead, true peace arises from within, emerging naturally when we learn to master our own minds. To the Stoics, peace is about training our responses, not changing the world around us. They teach that instead of seeking to control life's endless fluctuations, we should direct our energy toward the only thing we can truly influence, our mindset and our reactions. According to Stoicism, the desire to control the uncontrollable, such as other people's actions, societal opinions, or unexpected events, is precisely what disturbs our peace. Life is full of variables beyond our reach. Even the most organized plans can unravel, and people can act in ways we never anticipated. Stoics believe that when we shift our focus inward and accept that these external factors lie outside our control, we free ourselves from the constant struggle against the natural flow of life. This shift is not about resignation, it's about clarity. It's an intentional choice to conserve our mental energy for those things within our sphere of influence, like our reactions, values, and daily decisions. The Stoic mindset suggests that rather than fearing challenges, we should see them as opportunities to cultivate resilience. By embracing difficulties instead of resisting them, we begin to see setbacks and frustrations in a new light. Life, according to Stoicism, is a series of tests, each one refining our ability to respond with wisdom and patience. These challenges become stepping stones, teaching us valuable lessons that deepen our understanding and broaden our perspective. With each obstacle we face, our inner peace strengthens, becoming less dependent on what happens to us and more rooted in how we handle it. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the importance of acceptance, not passive acceptance of all things, but rather an intelligent acceptance of the limits of control. Acceptance here does not mean agreeing with everything life throws at us. It simply means ceasing to struggle against reality as it is. This doesn't equate to passivity. Rather, it is a proactive choice to redirect energy away from the futile pursuit of control over others and circumstances and to focus on personal growth, self-awareness, and mindful decision-making. For the Stoics, inner peace is cultivated by the habit of choosing calm over panic, patience over frustration, and acceptance over resentment. Each time we make this choice, we reclaim a bit of our power, reinforcing the peace that grows from within. This internal peace becomes like a sturdy tree, able to stand firm against the winds of external events. When we stop expecting life to conform to our expectations, we set ourselves free from the disappointments that arise when reality diverges from our hopes. Instead of clinging to the idealized outcomes we envision, we find contentment in what simply is. Peace, then, is not the absence of storms, but the ability to remain calm within them. The Stoics remind us that life is inherently unpredictable, filled with fluctuations and surprises. But by cultivating an internal state of resilience and acceptance, we can discover a tranquility that endures. In this way, Stoic philosophy redefines peace, not as a fleeting state of calm, but as an enduring quality that grows when we understand and master our own minds. Through this reframing, the search for peace changes direction, from an external pursuit to an internal cultivation. We realize that peace is not something we acquire, but something we develop. A gradual process of learning to respond to life's challenges with equanimity and grace. By shifting our perspective and embracing Stoic principles, we see that peace is not a distant dream, but a present reality, accessible through the simple, consistent practice of accepting life as it is and mastering our minds. 2 Principles of Stoicism for Inner Peace. Stoicism, developed in ancient Greece and further refined by Roman philosophers, presents a framework that has endured through centuries. At its core, Stoicism offers not only wisdom for enduring life's hardships, but also practical tools for cultivating a sense of inner calm. By focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and refining our inner responses, Stoicism provides a roadmap to inner peace, one that isn't dependent on external circumstances, but is rooted in our mindset. Below are some of the key principles of Stoicism that can guide us toward lasting inner tranquility. 2.1 The dichotomy of control. Knowing what is and isn't within our power. One of the fundamental tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, a concept discussed extensively by philosophers like Epictetus. According to this principle, everything in life can be categorized into 2 groups: things we can control and things we cannot. Our actions, attitudes, thoughts, and responses fall into the realm of control, while events outside us, such as other people's opinions, external outcomes, or unexpected occurrences, lie outside our control. This understanding liberates us from the stress of trying to control or change what we cannot influence. By focusing only on what is within our power, we conserve mental and emotional energy, directing it towards self-improvement rather than futile efforts to mold the world to our desires. This approach does not encourage passivity, but rather a conscious choice to invest energy wisely. When we understand the boundary between what we can and cannot change, we can face life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and acceptance, fostering a more profound inner peace. 2.2 Practicing acceptance. Embracing reality as it is. Acceptance in Stoicism is not about complacency, but about acknowledging the reality of situations as they are, without unnecessary resistance. This principle encourages us to view setbacks, disappointments, and even painful experiences as natural aspects of life, not as personal punishments or obstacles. By letting go of unrealistic expectations and accepting events as they unfold, we free ourselves from the disappointment that often arises when reality doesn't align with our hopes. Practicing acceptance allows us to maintain peace even in the face of adversity. Instead of constantly wishing for circumstances to be different, we can approach life with an open, resilient mind, using each experience, pleasant or challenging, as an opportunity for growth. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations to welcome all things as they happen, urging us to recognize that peace is found not by escaping reality, but by embracing it with composure and wisdom. 2.3 Amor Fati, the love of fate. Building on the idea of acceptance, the Stoics advocate for a mindset called amor fati, or the love of fate. This principle encourages us not only to accept what happens, but to embrace it wholeheartedly as a part of our life's journey. When we practice amor fati, we cultivate gratitude for every experience, trusting that each event serves a purpose, even if it's difficult to understand in the moment. Loving one's fate does not mean passive resignation. Rather, it is an active choice to find value in every moment, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. When we learn to love what life brings our way, we transform adversity into a source of strength. This mindset fosters resilience, helping us face difficulties without resentment or bitterness. With amor fati, we discover a profound peace that is resilient in the face of life's unpredictable nature, allowing us to live more fully and with greater acceptance of life's unfolding. 2.4 Practicing negative visualization, preparing for life's uncertainties. One of the unique practices in Stoicism is premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. This involves mentally rehearsing potential challenges or setbacks, not to dwell in negativity, but to build emotional preparedness. By envisioning possible difficulties, such as loss, rejection, or failure, we familiarize ourselves with these scenarios, making them less daunting if they actually occur. This practice reduces the shock and fear that often accompany unexpected challenges, helping us remain calm and composed under pressure. Negative visualization isn't about pessimism, it's about readiness. When we take time to anticipate potential setbacks, we learn to value the present and strengthen our ability to handle adversity. This foresight creates a sense of mental resilience, enabling us to approach life's uncertainties with less fear and more acceptance. As we practice negative visualization, we not only reduce anxiety, but also deepen our gratitude for the blessings we currently enjoy, enhancing our overall sense of peace. 2.5 Cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, observing our inner dialogue. A key component of Stoic practice is mindfulness, specifically an acute awareness of our thoughts and emotions. The Stoics believe that much of our suffering arises from unchecked thoughts and judgments, which shape our perception of events. By observing our inner dialogue, we can challenge irrational or harmful beliefs, replacing them with constructive thoughts aligned with Stoic wisdom. For example, when facing criticism or rejection, a Stoic would remind themselves that the opinions of others are beyond their control and do not define their self-worth. This process of self-reflection and mindful observation helps us detach from our initial emotional responses, creating space to respond calmly rather than react impulsively. As we become more attuned to our inner world, we gain greater control over our reactions, fostering a steady inner peace. This practice is a form of mental discipline, training us to maintain perspective and emotional equilibrium no matter the external circumstances. 2.6 Practicing virtue, living in alignment with our values. For the Stoics, the ultimate goal of life was to live virtuously, as they believed that virtue is the only true source of happiness and inner peace. Virtue, in Stoic philosophy, means acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. By aligning our actions with these core values, we create a sense of fulfillment and integrity that external achievements alone cannot provide. Living virtuously enables us to find peace because it allows us to look at ourselves with respect and satisfaction, knowing we have done what is right. The pursuit of virtue shifts our focus from seeking validation or success in the eyes of others to cultivating a deep sense of self-worth. When we make decisions based on our values rather than on fleeting desires or societal expectations, we foster an inner peace rooted in authenticity. As Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The Stoic commitment to virtue gives us the power to navigate life with purpose, resilience, and peace. 2.7 Memento Mori, the impermanence of life. Another Stoic practice that brings us closer to peace is memento mori, or the remembrance of mortality. Far from being morbid, this principle reminds us of the finite nature of life, encouraging us to cherish each moment and prioritize what truly matters. By keeping our mortality in mind, we gain perspective on what is genuinely important, releasing trivial worries and focusing on living meaningfully. Memento Mori teaches us that time is our most precious resource, and it prompts us to live with intention and gratitude. Instead of fearing the inevitability of death, we can embrace life with a sense of urgency and purpose, finding peace in the knowledge that every moment is a gift. This perspective not only reduces fear, but also enhances our appreciation for life's beauty, helping us find contentment in the present. Through these principles, Stoicism provides a comprehensive guide to inner peace. Each tenet encourages us to look within for strength, to view life's challenges with a constructive attitude, and to cultivate a sense of purpose. By practicing the dichotomy of control, acceptance, amor fati, negative visualization, mindfulness, virtue, and memento mori, we can transform our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. Stoicism teaches that inner peace is not about controlling external events, but about mastering our responses and embracing life with resilience and wisdom. With this mindset, we can find a peace that is enduring, adaptable, and truly within our control. 3. Daily Stoic Practices to Cultivate Peace. While Stoic philosophy offers a profound understanding of inner peace, its power lies in consistent daily practice. By embedding Stoic principles into everyday routines, we build a foundation for resilience, clarity, and a sense of calm that becomes second nature. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate inner tranquility, not as a distant ideal, but as a practical, achievable part of daily life. Here are some Stoic-inspired practices that can help us nurture a lasting sense of peace, regardless of our external circumstances. 3.1. Morning Reflection. Setting an intention for the day. One of the key practices in Stoicism is to start each day with a period of self-reflection and mental preparation. This morning reflection involves taking a few quiet moments to set an intention for how we want to face the day's challenges and interactions. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, would often prepare himself by acknowledging that he might encounter obstacles, difficult people, or unexpected problems. By anticipating these challenges calmly, he strengthened his resolve to face them with patience and composure. Incorporating a morning reflection can be as simple as taking a few minutes to visualize the day, think about the challenges we might face, and set intentions to respond with understanding, patience, or kindness. Reflecting on what truly matters and considering how we wish to handle our interactions helps create a sense of calm and readiness. This simple but powerful practice allows us to approach the day mindfully, fostering inner peace from the very start. 3.2. Journaling. Reflecting on thoughts and emotions. Journaling is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, serving as a means for self-examination and emotional release. Many Stoic philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, used journaling to record their thoughts, reflect on their actions, and reinforce their Stoic principles. This habit not only helped them gain clarity over their emotions, but also reminded them of the wisdom they aspired to practice daily. By spending a few minutes each day journaling, we can observe our inner dialogue, recognize patterns in our thinking, and challenge any beliefs that may be causing stress or anxiety. Journaling gives us a safe space to process our emotions, reframe negative thoughts, and reinforce positive ones. This act of mindful writing helps us stay connected to our values and intentions, promoting inner peace by releasing the weight of unprocessed thoughts and emotions. 3.3. Practicing gratitude. Focusing on what we have. Gratitude is an essential practice in Stoicism that grounds us in the present and shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. By appreciating the good things in our lives, whether they are relationships, experiences, or simple comforts, we develop a sense of contentment that reduces our desires and alleviates dissatisfaction. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, encouraged us to recognize and be thankful for what we already possess, rather than constantly seeking more. A daily gratitude practice can involve writing down 3 things we are grateful for each morning or night. This habit strengthens our awareness of life's blessings and reminds us that peace often comes not from having more, but from appreciating what we already have. Regular gratitude practice helps shift our focus from external achievements to internal fulfillment, fostering a profound sense of peace and satisfaction. 3.4. Practicing negative visualization. Preparing for life's uncertainties. As mentioned earlier, premeditation malorum, or negative visualization, is a Stoic technique that involves imagining possible setbacks or challenges. This practice, however, is more than just a mental exercise. It's a daily preparation for life's uncertainties. By regularly visualizing potential difficulties, we reduce the impact of fear and anxiety, making us less likely to be emotionally disturbed by unforeseen events. To incorporate negative visualization into our daily routine, we might spend a few minutes in the morning reflecting on what could go wrong during the day. This could be anything from minor inconveniences to major setbacks. Instead of dwelling on these potential problems with dread, we can use them as mental exercises to strengthen our resilience. When we prepare our minds for the possibility of challenge, we become better equipped to handle stress with calmness, reinforcing inner peace in the face of adversity. 3.5. Practicing mindfulness. Being present in each moment. While the Stoics did not use the term mindfulness explicitly, they emphasized the importance of awareness and self-control in each moment. Practicing mindfulness means being fully present in whatever we are doing, whether it's a task, a conversation, or a moment of solitude. By focusing on the here and now, we reduce unnecessary worry about the past or future, allowing us to experience a deeper sense of calm. One way to practice Stoic mindfulness is to remind ourselves throughout the day to return to the present moment, particularly when we find ourselves distracted or anxious. This can be done by taking a few deep breaths, observing our surroundings, or paying close attention to our actions. This simple yet powerful habit helps prevent our minds from becoming overwhelmed by hypothetical worries, enabling us to find peace in the present. 3.6. Evening reflection. Reviewing the day. The Stoics advocated ending each day with an evening reflection. In his letters, Seneca describes how he would reflect on his actions before going to sleep, asking himself if he had lived in alignment with his values, treated others kindly, and maintained self-discipline. This nightly practice allowed him to reinforce positive behaviors and recognize areas for growth, fostering continuous self-improvement. An evening reflection can be as simple as asking ourselves a few questions. Did I live according to my values today? Did I respond calmly to challenges? Was I kind to myself and others? By reviewing the day without judgment or harsh criticism, we gain a clearer understanding of our actions and progress. This practice encourages inner peace by helping us acknowledge our growth, accept our imperfections, and set gentle intentions for improvement. 3.7. Practicing detachment, letting go of outcomes. Stoicism teaches us that while we can control our actions, we cannot control their outcomes. Practicing detachment means taking responsibility for our efforts without becoming overly attached to the results. By releasing our grip on the outcomes, we reduce the stress and anxiety that often accompany our goals and ambitions. To practice detachment, we can remind ourselves, throughout the day, to focus on doing our best and letting go of what we cannot influence. For instance, if we're working on a project, we can focus on putting in our best effort rather than obsessing over others' opinions or the final results. This approach liberates us from the pressure of perfection and allows us to find peace in the process rather than the outcome. Detachment cultivates a calm mindset, helping us feel less dependent on external validations for our happiness. 3.8. Practicing kindness and compassion, strengthening inner and outer peace. While Stoicism emphasizes self-mastery, it also encourages kindness toward others. Stoic philosophers believed that humans are inherently social beings, and that by showing compassion and understanding, we contribute not only to the well-being of others, but also to our own peace of mind. Kindness is not only about altruism, it's a choice that reflects our values and fosters inner harmony. To practice kindness daily, we can look for opportunities to offer a kind word, a helping hand, or a listening ear. When we treat others with compassion, we align ourselves with our higher values, reducing feelings of conflict and negativity within. This practice of kindness fosters an inner peace grounded in self-respect and harmony with those around us. Incorporating these Stoic practices into our daily routine allows us to build a life grounded in peace and resilience. Each practice, morning reflection, journaling, gratitude, negative visualization, mindfulness, evening reflection, detachment, and kindness, brings us closer to a state of inner calm by helping us manage our thoughts, accept life's uncertainties, and live in harmony with our values. Through these consistent, intentional actions, we can transform our inner landscape, cultivating a lasting peace that is resilient, meaningful, and rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism. 4. Foundations of inner peace. Inner peace is not simply a state of mind that appears with ease or as a result of a stress-free life. Rather, it is cultivated on the foundations of deep understanding, self-awareness, and purposeful living. Stoicism offers a robust philosophical base for this inner tranquility, focusing on the core pillars that help anchor our mental and emotional stability. These foundations guide us toward a life where we are less affected by external events and more rooted in our values and sense of purpose. Understanding these principles and integrating them into our lives can help us build a resilient and enduring peace. 4.1 Acceptance of what we cannot control. A central tenet of Stoicism, and a cornerstone of inner peace, is learning to accept what lies beyond our control. The Stoics emphasized a clear distinction between what we can influence, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and what we cannot, external events, others' opinions, and natural outcomes. This understanding is encapsulated in the famous words of Epictetus. Some things are up to us and some things are not. When we resist circumstances that we cannot control, we create inner turmoil. Worrying about the future or fixating on past events prevents us from living fully in the present moment. By practicing acceptance, we can let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives. This doesn't mean passivity. Rather, it empowers us to focus on our own responses and actions, cultivating peace as we release the burden of impossible expectations. Acceptance of what lies beyond our reach frees our minds from unnecessary distress, anchoring us in the present. 4.2 Living in alignment with our values. Living according to our values is another foundational element of inner peace. When our actions align with our beliefs, we experience a sense of harmony that fosters resilience and confidence. The Stoics emphasize the importance of integrity, honesty, and virtue as pillars of a life well lived. By embodying our principles and staying true to our moral compass, we reduce internal conflict and enhance our sense of self-respect. In daily life, this alignment means making choices that reflect our true priorities and principles, even when it is difficult or when we face social pressures to conform. When we make decisions that go against our core values, we often experience guilt, shame, or regret, which disrupts our peace of mind. Therefore, understanding our values and making a conscious effort to live by them serves as a steady foundation for inner calm. Acting with integrity allows us to maintain a sense of wholeness, regardless of external circumstances, and fosters a lasting inner peace that cannot be easily shaken. 4.3 Embracing impermanence. The Stoic concept of impermanence, or the transient nature of life, is essential to developing inner peace. Recognizing that all things, relationships, achievements, material possessions, and even life itself, are temporary, can help us release attachments that cause suffering. This perspective does not encourage detachment from the world, but rather invites us to fully appreciate and savor each moment without clinging to it. When we embrace impermanence, we begin to see life's experiences as opportunities for growth rather than sources of fear or anxiety. By accepting that change is a natural part of life, we can approach challenges with flexibility and resilience, knowing that both joys and sorrows are fleeting. This awareness brings a sense of freedom, allowing us to live fully in the present without undue worry about losing what we hold dear. Embracing impermanence helps us foster a calm acceptance of life's inevitable changes, providing a strong foundation for peace. 4.4 Practicing compassion for self and others. Compassion is a vital component of inner peace, rooted in Stoic understanding of human nature and our interconnectedness. While Stoicism emphasizes self-discipline, it also encourages us to extend kindness to ourselves and others, recognizing that we are all fallible and striving. By treating ourselves and others with compassion, we reduce the harsh judgments that often lead to resentment, self-criticism, or anger. When we make mistakes, practicing self-compassion allows us to learn from them without becoming consumed by guilt or shame. Similarly, compassion for others helps us see beyond their actions to the common humanity that unites us. Seneca, one of the prominent Stoic thinkers, advocated for understanding others' flaws with patience and empathy, recognizing that we are all capable of error. This compassionate approach not only strengthens our relationships, but also fosters a peaceful inner life, free from the bitterness that often arises from judgment and hostility. 4.5 Developing self-discipline and emotional resilience. Self-discipline and resilience are cornerstones of Stoic practice and serve as powerful tools for building inner peace. By developing self-discipline, we gain control over our impulses and reactions, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Self-discipline enables us to stay committed to our values and goals, even in the face of temptation or adversity. Emotional resilience, on the other hand, helps us manage our reactions to challenging situations, allowing us to remain calm in the face of stress or uncertainty. Building resilience means developing the ability to process emotions constructively, without being overwhelmed or driven by them. When we cultivate resilience, we become less dependent on external validation for our sense of self-worth, allowing us to remain steady and at peace in a world of unpredictability. Together, self-discipline and resilience create a strong foundation for inner peace, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with a calm and centered mind. 4.6. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. The practice of mindfulness, the act of being fully present and aware, enhances our capacity for inner peace. While mindfulness is often associated with Eastern philosophies, it aligns closely with Stoic ideals of self-awareness and presence. By focusing on the present moment, we reduce unnecessary worry about the past or future, allowing us to experience life as it unfolds. Practicing mindfulness means becoming conscious of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. This simple awareness allows us to recognize and let go of unproductive thoughts that might otherwise lead to anxiety or regret. Regular mindfulness practice brings a deeper sense of calm and clarity, helping us to remain centered even in turbulent times. By grounding ourselves in the present, we strengthen our connection to our inner peace and reduce the mental noise that often disrupts our tranquility. 4.7. Finding purpose and meaning. Inner peace often arises when we feel a sense of purpose, knowing that our actions contribute to something larger than ourselves. Purpose gives our lives direction and encourages us to persevere, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. For the Stoics, a meaningful life was one lived in accordance with reason and virtue, driven by the pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement. Finding purpose may involve setting personal goals, nurturing meaningful relationships, contributing to the well-being of others, or engaging in activities that align with our values. This sense of purpose grounds us in something stable and enduring, helping us rise above momentary frustrations or disappointments. When we have a clear purpose, our daily actions gain significance, bringing a steady sense of satisfaction and peace that cannot be easily shaken by temporary setbacks. In sum, the foundations of inner peace, acceptance, alignment with values, impermanence, compassion, self-discipline, mindfulness, and purpose create a stable base from which we can approach life's challenges with calm and resilience. These principles, drawn from Stoic philosophy, are not just abstract ideals, but practical tools that empower us to cultivate a deep and lasting sense of peace. By integrating these foundations into our daily lives, we can navigate the complexities of the modern world with wisdom and tranquility, anchoring ourselves in a state of calm that grows stronger with each passing day. 5. The virtue of kindness and service. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound respect for humanity and a commitment to the well-being of others. The Stoics believed that kindness and service to others are not just social niceties, but essential virtues that cultivate our inner peace and strengthen our sense of purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's most famous proponents, emphasized this in his meditations, reminding himself that humans are inherently social beings designed to work in harmony for the common good. By practicing kindness and extending ourselves in service to others, we align with our natural social instincts and deepen our connection to humanity. 5.1. The Stoic understanding of kindness. The Stoics viewed kindness as an expression of strength, not weakness. For them, kindness was rooted in empathy and understanding, born out of the recognition that we are all flawed, striving, and interconnected. Stoic kindness is not about being agreeable or passive. Rather, it is about being thoughtful and constructive in our actions toward others. Kindness in the Stoic sense is not a fleeting gesture, but a consistent, intentional way of being that seeks to uplift others while staying true to one's principles. When we act with kindness, we contribute to a harmonious world, reflecting Stoicism's view of living in accordance with nature. This harmony doesn't mean we must please everyone or avoid conflict, but it does mean we approach others with goodwill, empathy, and respect. Practicing kindness in this way can also enhance our inner peace, as it aligns us with our highest values and reduces feelings of anger, bitterness, and resentment. By choosing kindness, we foster mutual respect and understanding, promoting a more compassionate world and a more peaceful inner life. 5.2 Service as a path to inner peace. Stoicism encourages us to view our lives as opportunities to serve others and contribute positively to society. In fact, one of the fundamental beliefs of Stoic philosophy is that individuals find purpose by benefiting others. Service, in this context, is not necessarily about grand gestures. Rather, it involves doing our part, however small, to make the world a better place. Seneca wrote about the importance of living in service to others, highlighting that we fulfill our potential and achieve inner peace when we go beyond ourselves and consider the needs of those around us. Service also allows us to transcend our personal struggles. When we focus on helping others, we can shift our attention away from self-centered worries and anxieties. This shift can bring a refreshing perspective, helping us recognize that we are not alone in our challenges and that our actions can meaningfully impact the lives of others. By dedicating ourselves to service, we find a sense of purpose that strengthens our peace of mind, as we learn to place value on contributing to the greater good. 5.3 Practicing kindness and service in daily life. Bringing kindness and service into daily life does not require extraordinary acts. Rather, it is about the consistency of small gestures. Simple acts of kindness, listening attentively, offering words of encouragement, being patient in frustrating situations, reflect a Stoic approach to serving others. These small actions can create a ripple effect, spreading goodwill and fostering a sense of community. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to approach service with humility and selflessness, understanding that the true value of service lies in the act itself, not in recognition or reward. Practicing silent service, or helping others without the need for acknowledgement, is a powerful way to nurture inner peace. This approach emphasizes that the joy and fulfillment of service come from the act of giving, not from any external validation. By focusing on these small, selfless acts, we cultivate a compassionate mindset that enhances our inner tranquility. 5.4 Overcoming ego and embracing humility. True kindness and service require us to let go of our ego and approach others with humility. Ego-driven actions are often tainted with the desire for praise or a sense of superiority, which can ultimately disturb our inner peace. The Stoics advocated for humility, recognizing that no one is inherently better than another. We are all human, vulnerable to errors, and capable of growth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to love mankind, understanding that all humans are interconnected and that we must interact with others as equals. When we approach service with humility, we are better able to connect with others on a genuine level, without expecting anything in return. Humility also allows us to practice forgiveness and patience, helping us to navigate interpersonal challenges without holding on to resentment. By setting aside our ego, we open ourselves up to authentic, compassionate interactions that foster peace within ourselves and in our relationships with others. 5.5 Kindness toward oneself. While Stoicism emphasizes kindness toward others, it also recognizes the importance of self-compassion. We cannot extend true kindness outward without first cultivating it within ourselves. Self-compassion involves accepting our imperfections, forgiving ourselves for mistakes, and recognizing our own worth. Rather than indulging in harsh self-criticism, we can adopt a Stoic approach to self-kindness by treating ourselves with the same understanding and patience we would offer to a friend. Practicing self-kindness does not mean avoiding self-discipline or letting go of personal standards. Instead, it involves recognizing our humanity and treating ourselves with gentleness, even as we strive to improve. This inner kindness allows us to build a foundation of self-acceptance, reducing internal conflicts that disrupt our peace of mind. When we are kind to ourselves, we become better equipped to extend that kindness to others, creating a cycle of compassion that supports our own inner tranquility. 5.6 kindness as a legacy. The impact of kindness extends beyond our immediate lives, creating a legacy that resonates through our interactions and relationships. When we act with kindness and serve others, we leave a positive mark that can inspire those around us and influence how they treat others. This lasting impact aligns with Stoic ideals of virtue and the pursuit of a life well lived. By consistently practicing kindness, we contribute to a legacy of goodwill that can continue to benefit others long after we are gone. In this sense, the Stoic virtue of kindness goes beyond our lifetime, serving as a reminder that our actions have a ripple effect. The more we contribute to the well-being of others, the more peace we can cultivate within ourselves and spread to the world. The Stoics believed that a life lived in service to others is one of the highest forms of fulfillment. This legacy of kindness not only brings us peace in the present, but also contributes to a lasting impact that transcends our individual existence. In conclusion, the Stoic virtues of kindness and service are essential to cultivating inner peace and leading a life of purpose. By practicing empathy, acting with humility, and dedicating ourselves to serving others, we align with the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with humanity. Through small, intentional acts of kindness and selfless service, we can contribute to the common good, create lasting connections, and experience a deep and abiding sense of peace. Embracing kindness toward ourselves and others, we find fulfillment and meaning in the everyday moments of life, building a foundation for true inner tranquility. 6. Forgiveness as freedom. Forgiveness is one of the most liberating practices in cultivating inner peace, yet it can often be the most challenging. Within the Stoic tradition, forgiveness is not just an act of letting go, but a profound expression of strength, wisdom, and emotional freedom. The Stoics believe that holding on to anger and resentment only shackles us to suffering, while forgiveness offers a pathway to liberation and inner tranquility. By learning to forgive ourselves and others, we break free from emotional burdens and gain the freedom to live in peace and harmony. 6.1. The Stoic view of forgiveness. For Stoics, forgiveness is rooted in the understanding of human fallibility. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminded himself that people often act out of ignorance, misunderstanding, or flawed judgment. From a Stoic perspective, people make mistakes not because they inherently wish to cause harm, but because of their lack of wisdom or self-awareness. By recognizing this, we can cultivate compassion instead of harboring resentment. Forgiveness, therefore, aligns with the Stoic pursuit of rationality. When we forgive, we consciously choose to rise above emotional reactions and respond with understanding. Forgiveness becomes an act of reasoned willpower, reflecting our ability to accept the imperfections of others without allowing them to disturb our peace. In this way, the act of forgiving becomes a testament to our own inner strength and the resilience of our character, enabling us to move forward without emotional chains. 6.2. The burden of resentment. The Stoics understood that resentment is a burden that ultimately harms us more than it harms the person who wronged us. When we hold on to grievances, we remain stuck in the past, continually reliving painful moments and trapping ourselves in negative emotions. This inner turmoil disrupts our peace as we allow past injuries to shape our present feelings and perspectives. According to Epictetus, we cannot control how others behave, but we can control our response. By choosing to forgive, we take control of our emotional state, refusing to be enslaved by past wrongs. Forgiveness becomes an act of self-liberation, freeing us from the toxic cycle of anger and bitterness. By letting go of resentment, we reclaim our peace of mind and make space for new, more positive experiences. 6.3. The role of self-forgiveness. Forgiving others is important, but equally essential is the practice of self-forgiveness. Often we can be our own harshest critics, judging ourselves for mistakes, regrets, and perceived failures. In Stoicism, however, self-compassion is as vital as compassion for others. If we cannot forgive ourselves, we risk falling into a cycle of self-blame and guilt, which can hinder our growth and disrupt our peace of mind. The Stoics viewed mistakes as natural parts of the human experience. Seneca advised that instead of dwelling on past errors, we should focus on what we can learn and how we can improve. Self-forgiveness involves accepting our imperfections, recognizing our humanity, and allowing ourselves to move forward with renewed wisdom. By releasing self-judgment and practicing self-compassion, we grant ourselves the freedom to grow, heal, and find inner peace. 6.4. The path to letting go. Forgiveness is a gradual process that requires patience, understanding, and self-awareness. The Stoics suggest several ways to cultivate the mindset necessary for letting go. First, practicing empathy can help us see situations from the other person's perspective, reminding us that people's actions are often a reflection of their struggles, rather than an attack on us personally. Empathy allows us to soften our hearts and approach forgiveness with compassion rather than resentment. Second, Stoics recommend reflecting on the nature of impermanence. The challenges we face and the people who hurt us are all temporary parts of life's journey. By embracing impermanence, we can see that holding on to resentment does not change the past, but only binds us to it. Letting go, therefore, becomes a means of embracing life as it unfolds, without being weighed down by past grievances. Finally, Stoic mindfulness, becoming aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment, helps us navigate our emotions in the present moment. When anger or resentment arises, we can observe it, acknowledge it, and choose not to let it consume us. Practicing mindfulness allows us to respond to difficult emotions with calm and clarity, making forgiveness an intentional choice rather than a forced obligation. 6.5. Forgiveness as a gift to oneself. While forgiveness can benefit those we forgive, it is fundamentally a gift to ourselves. When we forgive, we break free from the emotional entanglements that disrupt our peace and prevent us from moving forward. This act of release restores our inner freedom as we unburden ourselves from the weight of grudges and grievances. Forgiveness, in this sense, is an act of self-care that nurtures our mental well-being and renews our connection to the present. Moreover, forgiveness empowers us by allowing us to reclaim control over our emotions. When we forgive, we decide that our peace of mind is more valuable than holding on to pain. This decision reflects a profound commitment to our own happiness and serenity, affirming that we are worthy of peace and contentment. 6. Embracing forgiveness as a practice. Incorporating forgiveness into our daily lives requires intention and commitment. We can begin by practicing small acts of forgiveness in everyday situations, such as forgiving minor frustrations or perceived slights. These small acts build resilience and gradually prepare us for larger, more challenging forms of forgiveness. Over time, forgiveness becomes a habit, a natural response that enables us to navigate life's challenges with grace. Additionally, forgiveness often involves setting healthy boundaries. Forgiving someone does not mean we condone harmful behavior or invite it back into our lives. Rather, it allows us to release the emotional weight of the situation while protecting our well-being. By setting boundaries, we create a safe space for healing and prevent further disruptions to our peace. 6.7. The lasting freedom of forgiveness. Ultimately, forgiveness grants us lasting freedom. It allows us to face life's difficulties without becoming trapped in cycles of anger and resentment. By practicing forgiveness, we cultivate inner peace, clarity, and resilience, equipping ourselves to handle life's challenges with a calm and steady heart. The Stoics understood that the freedom of forgiveness is a powerful tool for personal transformation, enabling us to live in harmony with ourselves and others. In choosing forgiveness, we honor our journey toward inner peace. We let go of past pain, embrace our capacity for growth, and commit to a life of compassion and understanding. Through forgiveness, we free ourselves to experience the beauty and fulfillment of the present, creating a peaceful foundation that supports our well-being and enriches our relationships. In this way, forgiveness is more than a single act. It is an enduring practice that leads us to a life of true emotional and spiritual freedom. 7. Embracing simplicity and authenticity. In a world overflowing with distractions and the constant pursuit of more, simplicity and authenticity are often overshadowed, yet they remain foundational principles for achieving inner peace. Within Stoic philosophy, simplicity isn't merely about material minimalism. It's about clarity of purpose, the ability to live unburdened by superficial desires, and alignment with one's true self. Authenticity, on the other hand, is living in accordance with one's values, not yielding to societal expectations or external pressures. Together, simplicity and authenticity form a harmonious path to inner contentment and resilience against life's inevitable uncertainties. 7.1. Simplicity as freedom from excess. Simplicity in the Stoic sense is a conscious choice to strip away what doesn't truly serve us. Rather than chasing endless possessions, accolades, or external validation, the Stoics encourage us to prioritize what is essential for a good life. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. When we simplify our lives, we release ourselves from the endless cycle of desire and consumption that often leads to dissatisfaction. We become free to focus on what truly matters, allowing space for peace, clarity, and joy. Material simplicity is only part of the equation. Mental simplicity is equally vital. Our minds are often cluttered with worries, distractions, and complex emotional entanglements. By practicing simplicity, we can free ourselves from unnecessary mental burdens and focus on what genuinely contributes to our well-being. Simplifying our thoughts allows us to respond to challenges with a calm mind and an unclouded perspective, enhancing our ability to make wise decisions and experience contentment. 7.2. The courage to live authentically. Authenticity, according to Stoic principles, is the commitment to live in alignment with our values and character rather than conforming to societal pressures. In a world that often prizes conformity, authenticity requires courage. The Stoics believe that each person has a unique role to play, a personal inner demon or guiding spirit that reflects our true nature and purpose. By embracing this individuality, we free ourselves from the constraints of comparison, judgment, and societal approval. To live authentically is to trust in our inner values and to act from a place of integrity, regardless of others' opinions. This practice allows us to build a sense of self-worth that isn't based on external validation, but on an inner commitment to what we believe is right and meaningful. Authenticity, therefore, becomes a source of resilience, as we are no longer swayed by the opinions and expectations of others. We become our own compass, leading a life that resonates with our true nature. 7.3. Simplifying daily choices. Simplicity extends to our daily decisions, from the commitments we make to the ways we spend our time. In modern life, our schedules are often packed with obligations that may not contribute meaningfully to our happiness or personal growth. By choosing simplicity in how we allocate our time, we can create a balanced life that prioritizes what brings us joy, fulfillment, and peace. The Stoics advocate practicing selective focus, a form of mindfulness where we direct our attention and efforts toward the things that truly matter. By saying no to unnecessary commitments or distractions, we can free up time and energy for pursuits that align with our values and goals. Simplifying our choices allows us to live intentionally, fostering a deep sense of purpose and harmony. 7.4. The Stoic practice of self-reflection. Self-reflection is a core Stoic practice that helps us align our actions with our values, fostering authenticity. Each day, Stoics would reflect on their thoughts, choices, and actions, asking themselves if they had acted according to their principles. This habit of introspection encourages us to examine our true motivations, revealing where we may have strayed from simplicity or authenticity. Through regular reflection, we become more aware of the areas in our lives that need adjustment. Perhaps we're pursuing goals for the wrong reasons, or holding on to possessions that don't bring true happiness. Self-reflection encourages us to let go of these distractions, nurturing a life that is more congruent with our deepest values. 7.5. The peace of uncomplicated relationships. Our relationships are a central part of our lives, yet they can often become sources of stress when overcomplicated by unmet expectations or superficial concerns. By embracing simplicity and authenticity in our relationships, we can cultivate genuine connections that are built on mutual respect and understanding. Stoic philosophy teaches that we should interact with others from a place of honesty and goodwill, focusing on quality rather than quantity in our connections. Authentic relationships are those in which we feel free to be ourselves, free from the need to impress or seek approval. By being honest about our needs, values, and boundaries, we invite deeper and more meaningful interactions with others. Simplicity in relationships means valuing others for who they are, not for what they can provide. leading to a bond based on mutual trust and peace, rather than dependency or desire. 7.6 Cultivating Inner Stillness Through Minimalism. Beyond material possessions, minimalism extends to our thoughts and emotional landscape. Our minds can become crowded with worries, fears, and incessant thoughts, which prevent us from experiencing inner peace. The Stoics advocate for inner stillness, which is achieved through mental simplicity, letting go of unnecessary concerns, irrelevant opinions, and anxieties about things beyond our control. Practicing mental minimalism can be as simple as reframing our thoughts to focus on what we can control, rather than what we cannot. This shift helps us center our attention on our own actions and responses, rather than becoming entangled in outside circumstances. By cultivating inner stillness, we can experience a profound sense of calm, even amidst the chaos of daily life. 7.7 Embracing the Power of Contentment. In Stoicism, contentment arises from valuing what we have rather than constantly seeking more. This principle encourages us to recognize the abundance in our lives without yearning for additional possessions, accolades, or experiences. When we focus on appreciating what we already possess, we cultivate gratitude and satisfaction, fostering a state of inner peace that is resilient against external changes. Contentment is rooted in the belief that true happiness does not come from external acquisitions, but from an inner state of acceptance. By practicing gratitude, we can shift our mindset from one of lack to one of abundance, experiencing a deeper and more lasting form of happiness. This outlook allows us to approach life with a sense of fulfillment, free from the endless pursuit of more. 7.8 The Lasting Impact of a Simple, Authentic Life. Living with simplicity and authenticity provides a stable foundation for inner peace. This approach to life emphasizes quality over quantity, prioritizing what is meaningful over what is merely desirable. A simple life allows us to experience each moment fully, free from the distractions of excess and the weight of societal expectations. Authenticity, meanwhile, gives us the freedom to be ourselves, leading a life that reflects our values and aspirations. In choosing simplicity and authenticity, we cultivate resilience, contentment, and clarity. We release ourselves from the pressure to conform, recognizing that our worth lies not in external achievements, but in our commitment to our true selves. This way of living not only brings us peace, but also serves as a quiet inspiration to others, demonstrating the profound power of simplicity and authenticity as guiding principles. As we embrace simplicity and authenticity, we invite peace into our lives and connect with our true selves. This journey toward inner alignment is both a source of strength and a path to enduring happiness, allowing us to live a life that is both rich in meaning and rooted in tranquility. Through this path, we find not only inner peace, but also a deeper understanding of who we are and what truly brings fulfillment. 8. Living in the present. Living in the present moment is a cornerstone of both Stoic philosophy and the pursuit of inner peace. In an age filled with endless distractions, planning, and pressures, grounding ourselves in the here and now becomes essential for a balanced and fulfilled life. Stoicism teaches us that while the past and future have their place, they should not dominate our thoughts or emotions. Instead, by cultivating mindfulness and presence, we can experience greater clarity, joy, and resilience, fully engaging with the life unfolding around us. 8.1 Accepting the impermanence of life. A fundamental principle of Stoicism is recognizing the fleeting nature of life. The Stoics believe that everything is in constant flux, and that change is inevitable. This awareness of impermanence can be a source of both humility and motivation to live fully in each moment. When we understand that nothing is guaranteed, be it our health, relationships, or time, we gain a greater appreciation for the present. Accepting impermanence helps us detach from fears about the future and regrets from the past, allowing us to engage more deeply with the here and now. This acknowledgement of life's temporary nature doesn't mean that we should live in fear of loss. Rather, it encourages us to savor each experience without clinging or excessive attachment. By embracing the present with gratitude, we can face life's transitory nature with a calm and steady heart. 8.2 Letting go of past regrets and future anxieties. The Stoics taught that peace can only be found in the present moment. Regrets about the past and anxieties about the future are barriers that prevent us from fully experiencing life. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, confine yourself to the present. By focusing on the present, we can free ourselves from the emotional burdens of what has already happened and what is yet to come. Letting go of the past requires forgiveness and acceptance. While it is important to learn from our experiences, dwelling on past mistakes or missed opportunities only serves to rob us of today's potential. Similarly, worrying about future outcomes distracts us from what we can do now. The Stoic practice of visualizing possible outcomes, both positive and negative, allows us to prepare for the future without becoming preoccupied by it. By focusing our energy on the present, we cultivate a mindset of resilience and clarity. 8.3. Practicing mindfulness and awareness. Mindfulness is the art of paying attention to the present moment with an open and non-judgmental attitude. The Stoics may not have used the term mindfulness, but they practiced it through daily reflection, focusing on their actions, thoughts, and emotions. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and surroundings, we can appreciate each moment's uniqueness and beauty. Mindfulness doesn't require elaborate rituals. It can be as simple as observing our breath, listening attentively to a friend, or appreciating the taste of a meal. These small acts of mindfulness bring us back to the present, where we can fully engage with life. Over time, this practice deepens our understanding of ourselves and allows us to respond to challenges with greater calm and composure. 8.4. The power of intentionality in each moment. Intentionality is the practice of consciously choosing how we respond to each situation. Instead of reacting impulsively, the Stoics taught that we should pause, reflect, and act in accordance with our values. By living intentionally, we bring a sense of purpose and alignment to our actions, making each moment an opportunity for growth and wisdom. Living with intention requires us to be present in our decisions and actions. This can mean setting boundaries to protect our time and energy, choosing kindness over anger, or pursuing goals that align with our principles. Each small, intentional choice reinforces our commitment to living a meaningful and peaceful life. 8.5. Focusing on what we can control. One of Stoicism's core teachings is the distinction between what we can and cannot control. The Stoics believed that our peace depends on focusing our efforts on what lies within our power, our thoughts, actions, and responses, rather than on external circumstances. By aligning ourselves with this principle, we cultivate a greater sense of freedom and presence, releasing ourselves from needless worry. When we focus on what we can control, we stop wasting energy on factors beyond our influence. This approach not only brings a sense of empowerment, but also helps us engage fully in the present moment. Whether we're facing a challenging situation or simply going about our day, this principle serves as a reminder to center ourselves on what truly matters. 8.6. The joy of simple pleasures. Living in the present also means appreciating the simple joys of life. The Stoics encouraged embracing life's natural pleasures without becoming overly attached to them. Taking time to enjoy a walk in nature, share a laugh with a friend, or savor a warm meal can bring a profound sense of fulfillment. These moments of joy, however small, ground us in the present, allowing us to experience life's richness without needing anything more. Appreciating these simple pleasures fosters gratitude and reminds us that peace and happiness are accessible in the present moment. We don't need to wait for a future achievement or perfect circumstance to find joy. It can be found in the ordinary and everyday if we are open to it. 8.7. Embracing the present through gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that helps anchor us in the present. By focusing on what we have instead of what we lack, we foster a mindset of abundance and contentment. The Stoics saw gratitude as an essential practice for maintaining perspective and humility, urging us to recognize the blessings and opportunities in our lives. Practicing gratitude can be as simple as taking a moment each day to reflect on things we are thankful for. By making gratitude a habit, we learn to appreciate our lives as they are, rather than wishing for things to be different. This mindset not only brings peace, but also strengthens our resilience in the face of adversity. 8.8. Cultivating presence in relationships. Being present also means giving our full attention to the people around us. Too often, our interactions are clouded by distractions or preoccupations with our own thoughts. By practicing presence in our relationships, we create deeper connections and foster understanding. This means listening attentively, being patient, and showing empathy toward others. When we are truly present with others, we honor them and enrich our relationships. This presence allows us to experience the fullness of each interaction, creating bonds that are more meaningful and fulfilling. The Stoics recognize that meaningful relationships are an essential part of a good life, and being present with others strengthens these connections. 8.9. The path to lasting peace through presence. Living in the present moment offers a path to lasting peace by freeing us from the emotional weight of the past and the uncertainty of the future. By centering ourselves in the now, we gain clarity, purpose, and joy in our daily lives. Stoic philosophy reminds us that the present is the only time we truly possess, and that it holds all the richness and depth we seek. Embracing the present moment allows us to respond to life with grace and resilience. Instead of rushing through experiences or worrying about what's next, we can savor each moment as a unique opportunity for growth and fulfillment. This way of living brings a profound sense of harmony and contentment, connecting us to the peace that resides within. In choosing to live in the present, we cultivate a mind that is open, a heart that is at ease, and a spirit that is resilient. This mindful approach not only enhances our quality of life, but also empowers us to face life's challenges with strength and equanimity. Through presence, we find the peace we seek, right here and now. 9. Acceptance of uncertainty. The acceptance of uncertainty is a foundational aspect of inner peace and an essential tenet of Stoic philosophy. Uncertainty is an inevitable part of life. No matter how much we try to control or predict our future, certain events will always be beyond our influence. By accepting this, we release ourselves from unnecessary fear and anxiety, instead approaching life's unpredictability with calm and openness. In doing so, we cultivate resilience, mental clarity, and the freedom to live without being paralyzed by what we cannot foresee. 9.1. Understanding the nature of uncertainty. Uncertainty is woven into the fabric of existence. Whether it is changes in our health, relationships, work, or the natural world, life continuously unfolds in unexpected ways. The Stoics encouraged accepting this as a natural part of life rather than resisting it or becoming preoccupied with outcomes. By accepting that change is inevitable and often unknowable, we can let go of the need for rigid control, allowing ourselves to navigate life's twists and turns with flexibility and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Recognizing that we can control only our thoughts and actions, not the world around us, provides a sense of liberation. Instead of allowing fear of the unknown to disrupt our peace, we can approach uncertainty with curiosity and courage, viewing each moment as a new opportunity for growth. 9.2. Embracing the present. Despite uncertainty. One of the best ways to cope with uncertainty is to focus on the present. Dwelling on potential outcomes, especially negative ones, keeps us stuck in a cycle of worry and distraction. By rooting ourselves in the current moment, we regain our grounding and can respond to challenges with greater clarity. Stoic practice teaches that since the future is unknown, the present is where we should invest our energy, allowing ourselves to live fully without the weight of hypothetical scenarios. Embracing the present doesn't mean ignoring our responsibilities or planning ahead. It simply means not allowing those plans to dominate our mindset. When we ground ourselves in the now, we reduce the anxiety associated with uncertainty, freeing ourselves to act with purpose and clarity. 9.3. The power of surrender. Surrendering to the uncertainty of life can be a powerful step toward inner peace. Surrender doesn't imply resignation or defeat, but rather the acceptance of the things we cannot change. When we resist uncertainty, we often create unnecessary suffering, holding ourselves back from the possibilities and lessons each new experience can bring. Surrender allows us to face the unknown with an open heart, releasing the need for constant control and learning to flow with life's rhythm. This concept of surrender is closely related to the Stoic idea of amor fati, or love of fate. This principle teaches us to not only accept what happens but to embrace it fully, seeing every experience, whether joyful or painful, as part of our unique path. This mindset encourages us to view each unexpected turn as an opportunity to learn, grow, and deepen our understanding of life. 9.4. Practicing negative visualization. The Stoics believed that one way to prepare for uncertainty was through negative visualization, a practice where one imagines potential challenges or losses as a way of building resilience. By mentally preparing for possible hardships, we can soften the blow of unexpected events and gain perspective on what truly matters. Far from fostering negativity, this practice helps us face uncertainty with strength and composure, knowing that we have mentally prepared ourselves for various outcomes. Negative visualization allows us to recognize that even in the face of loss or hardship, life continues, and we have the strength to adapt. This approach shifts our mindset from fear to acceptance, making us more adaptable and less shaken when reality doesn't align with our expectations. Rather than fearing uncertainty, we learn to engage with it proactively. 9.5. Focusing on what we can control. A cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is the understanding that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. While we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we do have control over our responses, thoughts, and attitudes. Accepting uncertainty means knowing where to direct our energy, toward constructive actions within our power and away from obsessing over unpredictable variables. When we shift our attention to what is within our control, we empower ourselves to take meaningful action without becoming entangled in fear or frustration. We can't eliminate uncertainty, but we can respond to it with purpose and intention. This not only enhances our resilience, but also fosters a sense of peace, knowing we are doing our best within the realm of what is possible. 9.6. Reframing uncertainty as opportunity. Uncertainty, while often uncomfortable, can also be a powerful catalyst for growth and change. When we approach the unknown with an open mind, we allow ourselves to discover new aspects of ourselves, develop resilience, and explore paths we might not have considered otherwise. The Stoics viewed adversity and unexpected challenges as valuable teachers, helping us develop inner strength and wisdom. By reframing uncertainty as an opportunity, we shift our mindset from one of fear to one of curiosity and hope. Every unknown brings with it the potential for new experiences, relationships, and insights. Embracing this perspective helps us to see that even in times of difficulty, there is potential for growth and transformation. 9.7. Practicing faith in our ability to adapt. A vital aspect of accepting uncertainty is trusting in our ability to adapt. Life will continually present us with unforeseen circumstances, and part of inner peace lies in having faith in our own resilience. The Stoics emphasize that human beings are capable of enduring great hardship and still emerging stronger. This understanding helps us to face the unknown with confidence, knowing we have the tools to handle whatever comes our way. This trust in our adaptability can be nurtured through self-reflection and past experiences. By looking back at moments when we have faced challenges and overcome them, we gain a greater sense of self-trust. This self-assurance allows us to face future uncertainties with calm and confidence, knowing we have the inner resources to navigate life's storms. 9.8. Finding stability in values. While external circumstances may be unpredictable, our values and principles can serve as a stable anchor. When we root ourselves in values such as kindness, integrity, and courage, we create a sense of consistency amid uncertainty. These values guide our choices and actions, providing clarity even when the future is unclear. Living according to our values allows us to make decisions that are aligned with our true selves, regardless of external situations. This gives us a sense of peace, knowing that while we may not control what happens, we can control how we respond. When uncertainty strikes, these values serve as our compass, grounding us and helping us navigate life's unknowns with dignity and grace. 9.9. Letting go of the need for certainty. Finally, achieving peace within requires us to let go of the need for certainty. While it's natural to seek stability and predictability, the Stoics remind us that this need often leads to unnecessary stress. The more we cling to certainty, the more difficult it becomes to accept life's inherent unpredictability. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on our goals or plans. It simply means being open to whatever may come. Releasing the need for certainty allows us to approach life with flexibility and calm. We learn to view each day as a new experience rather than something that must fit into a predefined mold. This mindset shift allows us to cultivate inner peace, as we are no longer fixated on controlling every outcome, but are instead open to the possibilities that life brings. The path to peace through acceptance. In accepting uncertainty, we open ourselves to a life of greater peace, resilience, and freedom. The Stoics understood that while life's unpredictability cannot be avoided, it can be embraced. Through acceptance, we find strength, freedom from fear, and a profound sense of calm. By grounding ourselves in the present, focusing on what we can control, and trusting in our ability to adapt, we become better equipped to navigate the unknown. This acceptance transforms uncertainty from a source of anxiety into a pathway for growth and fulfillment. Rather than resisting what we cannot change, we learn to work with it, allowing life to unfold with trust and openness. This way of living brings us closer to the inner peace we seek, as we align ourselves with life's natural flow and find serenity in the embrace of the unknown. 10. Reflection and growth. Reflection and growth are two of the most essential components in the journey toward inner peace. While many aspects of Stoicism emphasize resilience, acceptance, and presence, reflection is the process through which we consolidate our experiences and learn from them. It is through reflection that we gain insight into our actions, thoughts, and emotions, enabling us to grow and evolve in alignment with our values and beliefs. This practice is deeply empowering, allowing us to learn from our past without being bound by it, and to continually refine our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. 10.1. The purpose of self-reflection. Self-reflection serves as a means of gaining clarity on our experiences, thoughts, and motivations. This process is not about judgment or self-criticism, but rather about developing an honest understanding of who we are. Through regular reflection, we can assess whether our actions align with our values, recognize patterns in our behavior, and make conscious adjustments to foster inner growth. Self-reflection allows us to become more self-aware, giving us insight into how our minds and emotions respond to various situations. The Stoic philosophers practiced self-reflection as a daily ritual, often journaling or meditating on their actions at the end of each day. This allowed them to evaluate their conduct, acknowledge their progress, and identify areas for improvement. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, exemplifies this practice as he constantly examined his own beliefs, thoughts, and decisions. This daily habit of reflection fosters an understanding of our own motivations, strengths, and weaknesses, allowing us to grow in a direction that is aligned with our values. 10.2. Learning from mistakes and successes. Growth often comes from learning through both our mistakes and our successes. Mistakes reveal areas for improvement, teaching us valuable lessons about resilience, humility, and adaptability. Similarly, successes provide insight into our strengths, affirming our values and skills. Both experiences are valuable, and reflection allows us to look back without judgment, extracting meaningful lessons that shape us for the better. The Stoics believed that we should not dwell on mistakes or past regrets, but rather view them as stepping stones for growth. By reflecting on our missteps without judgment, we can make conscious changes that prevent similar mistakes in the future. This shift from self-criticism to self-compassion enables us to move forward with greater confidence and peace, knowing that every experience contributes to our personal growth. 10.3. Cultivating self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Reflection enhances self-awareness, enabling us to better understand our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By examining our inner world, we develop emotional intelligence, which is key to handling life's challenges with equanimity and poise. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing our emotions and understanding how they influence our decisions, allowing us to respond mindfully rather than react impulsively. Through reflection, we gain insights into how certain thoughts and emotions affect us, allowing us to make more conscious choices. This self-awareness brings us closer to inner peace, as we become less reactive and more deliberate in our actions. By understanding our emotional responses, we can also improve our relationships, communicate more effectively, and create a harmonious balance within ourselves and with others. 10.4. Developing resilience through reflection. Reflection is a powerful tool for building resilience. By looking back on moments of hardship, we can recognize our own strength and capacity to endure. Reflecting on past challenges provides evidence of our resilience, reminding us that we have faced difficult times before and have grown from them. This understanding reinforces our confidence, empowering us to face future challenges with greater courage. The Stoics emphasized the importance of learning from adversity. They believed that every difficulty has something to teach us, and that by reflecting on these lessons, we can build the resilience needed to face whatever life throws our way. Instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, reflection allows us to see them as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, helping us cultivate a mindset that is adaptable, resilient, and strong. 10.5. The practice of gratitude and reflection. Gratitude is a vital element of inner peace, and it is often through reflection that we cultivate a sense of appreciation for the positive aspects of our lives. Reflecting on what we are grateful for, even in times of struggle, can shift our perspective and foster a sense of contentment. By focusing on the blessings we have, we become less attached to external outcomes and more appreciative of life's simple joys. Practicing gratitude through reflection can also help us stay grounded, reminding us of the things that truly matter. The Stoics encouraged gratitude as a way to counter desires and anxieties, urging us to focus on what we already have rather than what we lack. By making gratitude part of our daily reflection, we develop a more balanced outlook on life, one that is rooted in appreciation rather than discontent. 10.6. Setting intentions for growth. Reflection allows us to set intentions for how we want to grow and improve. By identifying areas where we want to make changes, whether it's cultivating patience, practicing kindness, or letting go of negative thoughts, we set a course for personal development. Intentions give us direction, helping us focus on specific actions and attitudes that align with our values and bring us closer to inner peace. Setting intentions during reflection can be a powerful act of self-commitment. This intentional focus helps us become more mindful of our actions throughout the day, bringing greater purpose to our lives. Instead of merely reacting to circumstances, we can proactively choose how we wish to grow, fostering a life that is shaped by conscious decisions rather than external pressures. 10.7. Finding meaning in experiences. Reflection is a way of finding meaning in our life experiences, helping us connect with a deeper sense of purpose. By examining the lessons we have learned, the people we have met, and the journeys we have undertaken, we gain insight into what truly matters. This process of finding meaning is a crucial step toward inner peace, as it allows us to see our lives as part of a larger tapestry, where every experience has a purpose. The Stoics taught that every experience has value, and by reflecting on these experiences, we can better understand the role they play in our personal growth. When we look for meaning in both positive and negative events, we cultivate a sense of purpose that strengthens our resilience and sense of self. This practice allows us to live with greater intention, knowing that each moment contributes to our personal journey. 10.8. Integrating lessons into daily life. Reflection is only truly transformative when it leads to action. The insights we gain from self-reflection are valuable only if we apply them to our daily lives. By integrating the lessons we've learned into our behaviors, decisions, and relationships, we create lasting change that propels us toward inner peace. This practice ensures that reflection is not just a mental exercise, but a guiding force that shapes our growth and development. The Stoics believed that wisdom should translate into action. To live a life aligned with Stoic principles, it is essential to take the lessons learned from reflection and apply them practically. This means making conscious choices to act in ways that reflect our values, embracing kindness, patience, and resilience. Through this integration, we create a foundation for a peaceful and meaningful life. 10.9. Reflection as a continuous journey. The process of reflection and growth is a lifelong journey. Inner peace is not achieved overnight, but cultivated through consistent reflection and self-improvement. The Stoics understood that growth is gradual, and they embraced each day as an opportunity to learn and become better. By committing to a regular practice of reflection, we allow ourselves to continually evolve, staying open to new lessons and experiences. Embracing reflection as a continuous journey allows us to approach each day with a spirit of curiosity and openness. This commitment to lifelong growth fosters a sense of fulfillment, as we are always moving closer to our best selves. In this way, reflection becomes not just a tool for inner peace, but a way of life, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of who we are and the world we live in. The path to peace through reflection. Reflection is the compass that guides us on the path to inner peace. By examining our thoughts, emotions, and actions with honesty and compassion, we gain the insight needed to grow and evolve. Through reflection, we learn from our past, understand our present, and set intentions for our future, fostering a sense of peace and purpose. As we cultivate the habit of reflection, we come to understand ourselves more deeply, learning to navigate life with resilience, wisdom, and grace. The practice of reflection allows us to embrace each moment with awareness and intention, building a life that is grounded in peace, purpose, and authenticity. In this way, reflection becomes the foundation upon which we build a fulfilling and peaceful life, one that is aligned with our highest values and truest self. Conclusion: incorporating Stoic principles, focusing on what we can control, embracing acceptance, living simply, and nurturing gratitude, allows us to transform the notion of peace from a fleeting feeling into a steadfast foundation for our lives. Stoicism teaches us that true peace is not merely a destination we strive to reach, but a way of being that we cultivate through intentional choices and practices. When we make these Stoic practices a part of our daily routines, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate life's inevitable challenges with greater resilience and clarity. Instead of being swayed by external circumstances or overwhelmed by the unpredictability of life, we learn to find stability within ourselves. This inner calm empowers us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, helping us maintain our peace even in the midst of chaos. Moreover, by embracing acceptance, we free ourselves from the burdens of unrealistic expectations and the desire to control everything around us. Living simply allows us to prioritize what truly matters, fostering contentment and gratitude for the present moment. These shifts in perspective are transformative, paving the way for deeper connections with ourselves and others. As we journey through life, let us remember that the pursuit of inner peace is ongoing. Each day presents an opportunity to practice these Stoic principles, reinforcing our commitment to live authentically and with purpose. By sharing our experiences and insights, we not only support our growth, but also inspire others on their paths. If this exploration of Stoicism has resonated with you, we invite you to support the Stoic Mindset channel. Your engagement and feedback are invaluable to us. Please share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this meaningful conversation. Together, we can cultivate a community dedicated to the pursuit of wisdom, peace, and personal growth.